Hey, welcome to another episode of Consciously Constance. It's your girl, Constance Ray, aka Connie, aka High Point Shotty, aka C Murder because I be killing them, representing for the 336 High Point, North Carolina. That's what I do. Hey, I missed y'all. Oh my gosh, I've been so quiet. Let me check in though. Let me check in. Brothers, how y'all feel? Sisters, y'all all right? Good. Don't you worry about nothing. Remember Connie told you, don't you worry about nothing. You know, we can spend a lot of energy doing a lot of things, but worrying ain't no fun. Worrying is like starving your mind of the goodness it deserves and has in abundance all the time. You have an abundant supply of goodness all around you all the time. It's up to you to look at it, right? So don't worry about nothing, baby. All right, so here we are. It's been a minute. I had to tell y'all, I spent the past week in a very stagnant position. So stuck, and there were many factors. I'll give it that. I can't just put it onto one thing. You know, one factor was definitely exhaustion. I was tired. And sometimes when your body is tired, it will shut down. And when your brain is tired, it shuts down too. And so I found myself being real idle, you know, Netflixing, vegging out on the couch. I even played Candy Crush. Now that's my sign. Whenever I'm playing Candy Crush, honey, Connie ain't moving. Connie is stuck somewhere in escape mode. What was like? I gotta be careful. I got a electrical box in here. It's old house though. It's not the active one. They just didn't take it out. But I covered it up. It's all good. Anyway, y'all. Like, I seriously just got out the shower and, like, threw my clothes on. I just needed to get in here with y'all. Like, my hair is still dripping, everything. But I just had to talk to y'all because, I mean, I had been praying. Like, I did my 7 days. And I was like, okay, this is enough. Connie, let's get out of this. And so, you know, I prayed and I meditated on getting up and getting out. And this morning I did. And I woke up with an epiphany. And I was like, oh, what do you know? I have to tell my friends, my family. So today's message is a little different. I know I jumped right in initially on my journey as an actor. And I love to tell y'all about that journey. I actually have an audition coming up soon, which I'm very excited about. But I digress. We got, you know, plenty of time for that. An important message that I have today is about healing. And I woke up this morning with a new understanding that until you heal, whatever hurts you will haunt you. Whatever hurt you haunts you until you go ahead and heal. And things come back, right? Things come back to let you know that you're not done healing yet. And I have a new gratitude for that realization and a new respect for that healing process. All in a good night's sleep, y'all. Get your rest at night. Stay hydrated. It's important. So an example I'll give you is my ankle. A few weeks back, Memorial Day, I was with my family and we were playing yard games. I was in a very intense match of street badminton. What is street badminton? Well, it's when you don't have a net, so you use a car. Mind your business. Anyway, very intense match. I was playing my brother, and I was like, the birdie didn't hit the ground at all. I was on my Serena tip, like just ha. My brother realized that, oh, I really got to play. Yeah, you really got to play me because I like to win. If it's something that I can play, I'm a win. I'm gonna try real hard. So I returned the birdie back to him just like, yeah. I came down on my ankle like clink, clink, clink. Like I felt 3 crunches, boom, boom, boom. And I hit the floor and I was like, dang, I sprained my ankle. Now I had sprained both ankles once. So 2 sprains, 1 on each foot in my lifetime. But I'll be honest, both occurrences of it happening in the past, I was inebriated. So let's be real, it didn't hurt that bad until the next day. So me being fully in, mind, body, spirit in alignment at that time, when I felt what happened, I immediately knew what happened. And I was like, oof, shucks. My dad saw that I was hurt, so he ran and got me some ice immediately. So immediately I got ice on it. And on my way home, I stopped by the store and I got an ACE wrap for it. I learned how to bandage ankles up when I was in high school, so I got what I needed to go home, bandage my ankle up, put some ice on it. I followed what previous doctor's orders had been. I put my foot up, elevated over my heart, I went to sleep. I woke up the next day, hurt, y'all. I was limping, and I went to work, limping, tried to have my foot up. I played that victim for the day. You know how whenever you get hurt, you have this expectation, like you put this face on and you tell the world, like, don't fool with me. Can't you see I'm hurt right now? Have some respect for my injury, please. Like, at least initially we're like, Brad, you see I'm hurt, right? Leave me alone, right? So I wore that for a day. And one of my good friends at work, she looked up this woman for me. I cannot remember her name. I will remember it. I'll put it up in my description once we get it up and popping. But she wrote a book about healing through your subconscious. And she argued that when you have an injury in certain parts of your body, that there are actually messages from the inner you, your highest self, your subconscious mind, telling you to turn your attention to certain things that are happening. Or that you are allowing to happen, or that you are wrestling with or tugging with, and your body finally speaks and says, man, look, deal with it, right? So she looked up what it meant to have an injury to the ankle, and it was interesting what we found. This author, I'll tell y'all her name again. Her theory was when you have an injury to the ankle, you're either carrying some type of anger, or you're trying to go in a direction that you're not supposed to. You're trying to go down a path that isn't for you. And I thought about it. I was like, okay. I accepted that. I meditated on that. It's funny about me and information, like between the way that I read and the way that I can binge watch YouTube, right? I'll take a theory, I'll test the theory. Why not? Try it. I'm not a closed-minded person in the least. So, I take in different opinions the same way that people are open to taking in mine, right? Reciprocity. So, I thought about it, and I said, okay, I'll meditate on that. But also, I listened to Reverend Ike. I've been listening to Reverend Ike really heavy. And if y'all never heard of Reverend Ike, make sure y'all look at one of his videos next. He was a Christian preacher. He might have been like the father of the megachurch back in the 70s, doing the telecast and everything. Like, he had the church filled up with black folks dressed to the nines, and he preached about mind power. He preached the power of your mind and how to use your mind to get what you want. And he actually backed it up in the Bible. Everything he preached, he backed it up in the Bible. So, we'll talk about that later, but just know that I was on my Reverend Ike tip, right? And I was like, okay, well, I believe that I can heal from this. Like, I believe that I can heal myself. And, after doing my listening and my reading and my pondering for the day, I realized that there are other people who support that theory. So I said, well, I'll test it. And I said, you know what? I believe I can heal from this. And the rest of the evening, after I got home from work, I prepared for my healing. I put some essential oils in the air, you know, to set the tone, to set the air, the quality for me. I drank some tea. I played some healing meditation music. And anybody who's trying to get into meditation, if it's hard to sit in silence, try music. But be intentional about the music that you choose. I like to go for music without words, but you can also search for purposeful meditation. So like I searched for self-healing meditations, and what do you know? Found a lot. Hours and hours of it. So I played my meditation music, and I laid there. You know, I did put my ice on, but I was like, yeah, I have things to do. I have places to go. I have the gym to get to in the morning. I'm not going to be a victim tomorrow. It's not going to hurt tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be okay. Tomorrow I will be healed. And I believe that. I went to sleep on that. And I woke up in the morning, stepped down on the floor, and didn't feel a thing. Didn't feel a thing. You know, I gave praises to God. And I said, yeah, we're really on to something with this mind thing. The mind is a very powerful thing. It really is. You know, in the same way, how they say, you know, something like you might cut yourself and you might not feel it. But then when you look and see the blood, then you start to feel the pain. Awareness is very interesting. And, you know, what the mind focuses on is really what shapes our reality. So because I focused intentionally on my healing, I woke up feeling healed. And I said, hey, praise, let's get it. And I went back at it. You know, of course, I was gentle with myself at first as far as getting back physical and everything. But I didn't slack. Like, I didn't slow down. Like, I took one day of being wounded, and then I said, all right, it's gone. I'm not doing that no more. And I moved on. But, you know, I've been noticing, especially after this week of stagnation, the pain came back in my ankle. Ooh. This morning, I only did 1 mile on the elliptical at that, because I really told myself, okay, Connie, you need to take it easy. You need to take it easy, and you need to be easy on yourself. Keep going, but know that you still got more healing to do. What happened? Well, the pain came back, and it reminded me, hey, we're not done yet, right? For a whole ankle sprain, 1 day or 2 of therapy, it's probably not going to get it. But that's the thing about the mind. I believed that I was healed. And so my body responded to what my mind declared. And if you translate that to other injuries that we take in life, and they're not always physical, right? Sometimes, you know, we get hurt emotionally. Things happen. Sometimes they're out of our control. Sometimes they're at the hands of someone else who we put our trust in or belief in. And, you know, things don't always turn out in our favor. We take hits, and they're not just physical. But in the same way, until we heal completely, it just haunts us. Like, it just stays there. You know, I don't remember who it was. Was it the Dalai Lama? Somebody holy that people respect. He talked about how when you hurt yourself, like say you hurt your ankle, your foot, you might then walk with a limp until it's healed. And if we're not consciously healing our wounds spiritually and emotionally, we then limp. through our heart, through the way we communicate, through the way we behave, through how open or closed we are to the people and the opportunities around us, you know, and you have to remember to cleanse and keep healing those parts, because you don't want to be living with a limp out here emotionally, you know. Um, and it really touched me this morning. I woke up with that message. If you do not heal from it, it's just going to haunt you, you know. Um, we're in a place right now. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy just. I don't know if it's just me, or maybe y'all are experiencing it too. There are a lot of feelings coming back from the past. There are a lot of people coming back from the past. And I'm realizing that, you know, just because my mind told me to move on from a thing doesn't mean I healed from it, right? It means that I had the willpower to shift my awareness to moving forward to a different place. But I'm noticing where I didn't quite heal, you know? Healing and pressing forward are two different things. And I'm noticing that thing with the whole process of grieving too. My grandmother just passed away. This episode is dedicated to Dorothy Watts Stafford, the originator, the OG. My grandmama did some mean hair. And I already know the skills that I have, I can't even, it's in the blood, baby. So thank you, Grandma, for everything you gave me. Everything. Even the curly poodle hair. So, anyway, I lost my grandmother Friday. Yeah, I lost her Friday, but it's funny because the Friday before, I felt it. I got hit with the loss. You know, for me, I wasn't physically there. I was out of town when she was in the hospital. But I got the call, and they told me that, you know, it pretty much wasn't anything else the doctors could do. And it hurt. That's when I heard my grandma died, and it hurt. Hurt real bad. She was 95 years old. This is something we prepare for, right? I wasn't ready. But thank God, you know, I was near the ocean. I was there attending ABFF, American Black Film Festival. It was Saturday, the last day. I was like, forget that. By festival, I went to the water. And, you know, I cried, I prayed, I waded in the water. I let everything pour out, and then I seeped everything the ocean had to give me in, and I did not leave until I felt well enough to, you know. You have to face what hurts. Whenever. Hey, you may not want to face it today. Okay, fine. But just know that it's going to come back, right? It's going to come back. And so it's important that we make our healing a priority. And I'll say to my friends who feel like they have been wronged by someone and feel hurt by someone else, first of all, I know where you're coming from. I've been feeling that way about a couple of people right now. I'm going to just keep it real. So when my friend said, you know, that little spiel about anger, I thought, well, you know, you might be on to something. I've been walking around mad as hell at people. The one person in particular for almost damn near a year, I just been walking around mad as hell, you know. And first of all, understand that your feelings are valid. And don't let anyone tell you that your feelings are not. But the feelings are there for you to use them, right? For you to handle them. And it's not about just shutting it down. It's about facing what hurt you. Facing what hurt you and forgiving. You have to forgive, you know. Forgive that person. Take your power back. Whenever you forgive somebody, you take that power back that they had over you. And then you forgive yourself, right? You have to forgive yourself so that you can move on. If you feel like you made a mistake, then accept the lesson of it. And instead of looking back, sometimes we just get real stuck and letting our brain go on repeat, playing back what happened, what didn't happen, what could have gone right, what didn't go right. We play on repeat instead of taking that lesson and looking forward with it, you know. My mantra for the past year has been like, you know, if you learn something, then you know something. And if you know something, act like you know it, right? So, and then you have to make peace with things that already happened. You know, I like to tell myself and my friends that, first of all, if it's over already, like if it's in the past tense, it's perfect. It is perfect. Know that since there's nothing you can do to go and change it, it's just a waste of energy to direct how it could have been changed or how you wish it were changed. You know what I mean? Let that be perfect, you know? Let it be. Let it be. And you have to make peace with your past. And then you have to accept responsibility for your outcomes moving forward, you know? That playing the victim, like I said, it only lasts a day. I only let it last a day. Now, as long as you let it last, that's up to you. But know that you're responsible for your healing. The other person is not. The other person has their own journey that they have to deal with. They have their own karma that they'll have to, you know, make settle. You know, they'll have their own karma to settle. So, you know, if you're not willing to move on until you get an apology, stop doing that to yourself, because you're doing it to yourself. If you're not moving on, maybe it's something that you expected from somebody that you didn't get and you feel like it's due to you, it's owed to you. Find a way to be whole yourself, okay? Do not put your wholeness and your wellness on the responsibility of another person. Take responsibility for your wellness. Make healing a priority. And I'm not saying that it happens overnight. Clearly, from my story with my ankle, that overnight stuff is just a mind trick. And hey, it gets us through what it needs to get through. And it's fine. Like I said, it already happened. It's perfect. It got you here, right? It got me here. It got me here where I could say, whoa, I need to be a little bit easy on myself. And that's totally okay, y'all. It's totally fine to take a break. It's totally fine to slow down a little bit. You know what you need, right? You know what you need. At the end of the day, you know what you need. And so, you know, listen to the voice. Listen to your body. Listen to the people that are springing up right now and the situations that might be coming back to you right now. And I'm not saying listen in a way that they dictate your next move, but listen in a way of just being conscious of why you're here. Especially if you're finding yourself in a here again place, you know? Be conscious, like really reflect on why you're here. And, you know, take an inventory, take a check in with yourself. Where do you need healing? And make it a priority. Make sure you do that. You need that. We need healing just like we need our water, baby. It's hot out here. Summertime. Okay, so that's my little spiel. I'm really proud of myself because I didn't talk for 45 minutes, but I do need to get out the door and go to work. So I love you. Have an amazing day. I hope you have some amazing self-love and healing all summer 18 and throughout the rest of the year. You know, I really believe that the world would be a different place if we took responsibility for our healing. I do. So that's what I encourage you to do today, as I encourage myself, you know. Got to make peace with the past. I got to forgive, and I have to heal. I have to do what I got to do to heal. So I love you. You'll be seeing more from me very soon. I was gone for a minute, but it was just a little minute. 7 days, baby. That's it. Self love. It's a big deal. I love you. I love you. I love you. I appreciate you joining me and taking some time with me. And have a good one. Until we talk again, be aware, be intentional, be conscious. And the real conscious, not that fake conscious. All right, all right, all right. I love y'all. Bye.